Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kaylee and this is Sex Ed Saturdays, where I talk about sexual education and things of that sort. If you like that sort of thing, subscribe down below. If you don't, you can leave. Don't know why you're here. But if you do like it, don't forget to like and comment. I love to hear from you guys. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about STIs versus STDs, and is there a difference? So, STI and STD is used interchangeably, but they're not really the same thing. Like, you kind of can use them interchangeably, but also not, because an STI is a sexually transmitted infection, and an STD is a sexually transmitted disease. So, the STI means there's an infection, but there's not necessarily a disease yet. So an infection is the first step in a disease. Let's say you have HPV. And HPV leads to cervical cancer, which is a disease. So now that HPV has been turned into cervical cancer, you now have the disease portion of the STD. While it's still HPV, it's not a disease. Really yellow. Actually, I look very olive. And last week, I was looking very white. Anyway, okay. So, like I said earlier, infection is the first step in the disease, and it's when the bacteria enters your body and begins multiplying. Is really the second portion after you get the infection. So, like I said earlier, HPV can lead to cervical cancer, and like chlamydia and gonorrhea can lead to pelvic inflammatory disease. So, now that we've gotten that out of the way, I want to talk about a few different things. So, HPV, chlamydia, and gonorrhea are the three most common STIs in the US. Women and transgender men are the most susceptible to STIs because of our anatomy. So we have very thin vaginal walls, which means that germs and bacteria and all of that sort of thing can get in easily. Whereas with men, they have different skin on their genitals and it's tougher. So basically, our anatomy really be trying to buck up at us. They really be trying to nuck if you buck, when we just be trying to live our best lives. So that's one thing. It's very important to get tested anyway, because a lot of times there's no symptoms, and with women there is more risk of lifelong disease, such as infertility. Well, not really lifelong disease, but lifelong health issues that could have been avoided if you did get tested and like found it right away. So infertility can happen if you let an STD fester too long. Ectopic pregnancy can happen. Kidney disease, like a lot of things can happen in your body if you just let, obviously, an infection run its course. But a lot of times people don't have these symptoms. They don't have symptoms, so they don't know when you should get tested. So I'll tell you. Also, a lot of times people don't want to get tested because there's a stigma around getting tested, and you think you'll be judged, and you think, oh, you're dirty if you have an STD, and that is not true. First of all, if you're getting tested, your doctor should be open to testing you, because that's their job. That's their job to do. So they should not have any troubles with you they should have trouble with you not wanting to get tested, basically. So your health is more important than the stigma of getting tested. So since there is a lot of times there isn't any symptoms. There aren't any symptoms for STDs. You should get tested yearly if you have sex, regularly. But if you're getting, if you have protected sex, most of the time you are protected, but some of the times you're not. So you should still get tested yearly when you go to your doctor. If you have multiple sex partners and you know that you haven't been using protection such as condoms, then you should get tested every 3 to 6 months. Testing is pretty affordable. If you're in school still, like at college, you can get tested at your school clinic. If you are not in school, Planned Parenthood does very cheap testing if you have insurance, and sometimes it can be free. And not only that, you can look up free clinics that are around, because a lot of places do offer free testing because it is very important. It's always a option to go to your regular doctor or gynecologist. Also, I wanted to mention that it is possible to get an STD from oral sex. It's just less likely, but it is still possible. So to prevent this, you can either use condoms, once again, or dental dams. I'm going to do like a dramatic eyeliner thing, and I'm not really the best at eyeliner, so I need to focus. So I'm going to do this off camera and come back. So I did a little bit more than just my eyeliner. I did lashes, blush, and bronzer, and then we're about to be finished. I'm giving you drama. I'm giving you spider. I'm giving you everything. Okay, but anyways, back to the story. So from oral sex, you can get an STD. So use condoms or dental dams. Use condoms when you're having regular sex too. But if you are in a monogamous relationship and you don't want to use condoms, first of all, you still can get STDs in a monogamous relationship. So you still need to get tested. But if you guys are comfortable enough with each other and don't want to use condoms, both of you guys should go get tested together, share your test results with each other, and then you guys can make that decision for yourself. Next thing is syphilis, Hep B, gonorrhea, herpes, chlamydia, HIV, HPV, and trichomoniasis are the most common STDs. HIV, HPV, herpes, and Hep B cannot be cured, but they can be managed. I'm going to do my lips real quick, and then we're going to finish off the video. I know it can be scary when you're trying to find out if you have an STI or an STD, and there's so many diseases out there, and it's just a scary place. I know it is, but it's better to know than to not know, because when you don't know, you can have long-term adverse effects on your health, and it just keeps spiraling and it goes down. So be safe, get tested, and know your health, please. It's better than not knowing, I promise you. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is the finished look. I'm giving you Twiggy, I'm giving you 90s, I'm giving you drama, I'm giving you nude lip. Okay, honey? We're doing it all for you today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and tune in next week for the next Sex Ed Saturday. Bye!